Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's just me this week. Sorry, I'm traveling. I have some travel coming up, so I'm just kind of trying to get these recorded. And so we do have some commentaries, although you guys still love them. So what we're doing here today, let me just make sure I'm doing this on the fly. Yeah, that should be good. Just making sure we have the audio set up. As you can see by the title, we're going to be doing a commentary on episode 42. It's Hotel Tanner. I kind of just, oftentimes I try to pick like an episode that makes sense. This time we're kind of just doing it. I just kind of picked a random one. So I went with Hotel Tanner. I remember Tanner always talks about how he loves this one. And so we're going to do a commentary here on sort of a class. I consider it like a classic episode, So let's get. Let me just bump up the. Okay, let's get into it. This is again episode 42, Hotel Tanner.
Overall, restaurants has got to be the mission.
No, it's still Cookout. I would say overall.
Well, because it's economical.
Because economically, you can put more in your savings account and more in your stomach.
It's not good though.
No.
It's definitely low quality.
It's good for its price.
Is it though?
Are you recording this?
Hello, everyone.
Pausing here. Let me know in the comments if you guys if we still do comments. What do you think about Cookout? What are your thoughts? My opinion kind of is the same. It's not like amazing food. It's a good price. It has gone up. It used to be a very good deal. Now it's a pretty good deal. I guess it probably went up with inflation, with normal inflation. But it's a pretty good deal. It's pretty much always open. I don't think it's 24 hours. It might be 24 hours, but I think it's at least like it's open pretty late. So that to me is the allure, I would think, of Cookout. So okay, let's get back into it.
Welcome to the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
And someone else.
And a bunch of Cheez-Its.
Alright, close enough.
That was good enough.
Today is February 23rd, 2047.
Okay.
And today, the theme is happiness.
Ooh, wait, what are you doing after this?
Oh, really?
You going
going to a football game. No, going to a baseball game.
Really?
Are you stopping by your apartment? Or not apartment?
Yes,
your
I am.
Location?
Yes.
Your box that you sleep in?
Yes.
Can you take that? Yeah, I have what Connor's looking at right now is a poster for a club we do that I was supposed to bring for the past several months, but keep forgetting to do that, so I'm gonna let him forget.
So, okay. I'll talk about that other time. Yeah, this is a poster. If you can't see it, it has some words on it, and it is white. Other than the words. Words are not white.
There's a lot of colors, actually.
I like how, the thing about this poster, which, again,
Pausing here. I'm trying to remember what. So for reference, I guess this is an Energy Club poster that I'm assuming was related to the expo that we do every year. So this would have been then. I guess it's been rebranded now as the Southeastern Energy Conference. It was rebranded while it was there. But anyway, and so we had I'm not remembering why I had a poster. Was it an actual poster? Or was it just the episode that I'm listening to now implies that it was a poster. I was thinking at first it was a poster board. Like I held on to some poster boards, but now I just have no idea what this poster, like maybe Connor will explain it, but I do not remember what this poster was, to be honest. It's been 6 years. So I don't know. This was in April 2019, so I have no idea. What was this is the type of stuff, like this is part of why I like doing the commentary, because I go back and I'm like, what was this random poster that we were talking about? But okay, anyway, let's get back into it.
again, you can't see it, but
Tanner can't even see it.
Tanner can't even see it.
Oh, I'm
But the
colorblind.
thing about it is, there's a whole lot of white space.
Well, this is supposed to be like the person that's speaking.
Oh,
There's a
okay,
spot
I
at the
guess.
bottom that's supposed to
Yeah,
be
you just put
adaptable.
some on.
You can like tape something new
Oh,
on.
that's nice.
That's the point.
See,
That's-
I was thinking you just kind of left it like modern with very small letters so no one could actually see it. But
well, it's just supposed to be like on an easel outside the room, outside the door,
oh, just
so people know. Yeah,
Okay.
Jason made it. I should give him credit. He made it.
See,
Shout out to
okay.
Jason.
Shout out to Jason.
We gotta bring him on. Arthur and Jake want to come on?
Actually,
Kind of. Arthur keeps
listen.
saying like, I don't know what we talk about, and I was like, don't worry about that.
yeah. I mean, what we talk about is what we talk about.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So happiness, continuing with that theme.
Oh,
I
that's how
think-
we're doing.
Happiness is a mat that lives on our doorway.
Okay, pausing here. I'm thinking the poster was just like a. It was just like a sort of poster you put out in front. Just I'm trying to think of the words to explain this. Like in front of a door type of poster. Like, oh, like a here's what's happening in this room. I'm thinking that's what it was. But then what I'm saying in the episode was that there's white space in the poster for where someone would stand. I have no idea. Now I'm confused. I don't know. Okay, we'll get back into it.
Okay, so we're stepping all over it and never really
Right.
considering it.
No, that's a line from Happiness is a mat that lives on our doorway. That's that song?
Tanner, we talked about the accents. We said
No, that was me singing.
Okay, well that was
That was a rough one.
Yeah, that was
That was
not good. What is this? Why am I
I'm
getting
not a singer.
messages? Where am I getting messages from? Dan, can I come on the podcast? No, I'm just kidding.
Right now?
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Well, continuing with that theme, it's been a pretty happy week.
Interjection.
Okay, good. Thank
When I
goodness
was
did not want to
younger,
hear the rest
no,
of
I
this.
do want to hear the rest of that one, first of all. But when I was younger, pretty sure I remember Cheez-Its being bigger than this. Do you remember?
I'm sure they downsized.
I think they downsized.
But also you were smaller.
And that's what I was thinking. Is it due to my comparison of myself to the size of the Cheez-It, or have they actually decreased in size?
It's probably both.
It's from 3AM Matchbox
What? Don't whisper
it's-
on the podcast. It doesn't like...
Sorry.
Although we
The-
probably picked it up.
The song I was singing was 3AM by Matchbox 20.
Anyway, you should have been here a few weeks ago when we brought in Tanner's friend. Excuse me, because I can't remember his name.
Chris.
No, was it Andrew?
Andrew.
Andrew came on too?
Tanner, and as you know, whenever Tanner brings on a guest, he has this big plan, right?
Yeah.
There's always some deviancy, I guess.
Go on.
He wants to bring someone on so that way we as in Tanner and I can team up on this guest.
Just like you guys teamed up on
yeah,
me.
because Tanner feels like we always team up on him. And can you guess what happened when we brought Andrew on?
I'm gonna, as historically goes, I'm gonna assume that it was all against Tanner.
It was all against
It
Tanner.
was all against Tanner.
to his dysfunction.
To his demise, but
Yeah, it's just what happens.
hey, it ended eventually, and that's all
It
that matters.
didn't work for him. Yeah.
No. I did not know he came on.
Yeah, it had to be. That was the one you couldn't make it.
Yeah. Well,
You said get Tanner, and I was like, is there anyone else?
Andrew. Pretty sure I saw Andrew as he was leaving Wing Zone last night.
Well, why didn't you ask him to come on today?
Well, because he was leaving. I didn't know if it was him or not.
Well, there you go.
Well, there we go.
Well, it's too bad you're not like a runner and you could run him down.
Yeah, okay, now I can cheese it.
Are you back to running shirtless? It's getting warm outside.
It is getting warm.
So-
So,
Getting so
here's
nice.
the dilemma. Here's the dilemma. I've actually been doing, so to answer the question, yes.
Okay.
But new workout alerts is I have been incorporating more sprint workouts instead of long distance workouts.
Interesting. Why?
Because I realized I do a lot of cardio, and cardio was making me
Too skinny.
okay. Now what I was looking for, tired. So sprint workouts, less time, still the same amount of calorie burn, but more.
Efficient.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
Pausing here. Connor's really struggling with spoons there. I'm not sure. So they were, for reference, they were genuinely eating Cheez-Its. I forgot to mention this. I'm pausing earlier. What's the difference between Cheez-Its? I guess I don't know. No, yeah, Connor would. I'm not sure if this is canonical, like in the podcast, but Connor would often go work out at Piedmont Park. So that's what we're that's the background for what we're talking about. I think we talked about it on the show. I don't know. I don't remember. But he would go work out in like Piedmont Park kind of area. So yeah, okay. I'll back into it.
How am I getting messages? This is good.
There's not a whole lot there.
Okay, good.
So I haven't had anything all day
Nothing?
for food.
Oh,
No,
I thought you
so I'm
might
eating
have just
some
done
Cheetos.
nothing all day.
I've had nothing all day.
What have you been doing all day?
And you couldn't record this afternoon?
Because you don't have
No,
class
after.
today, right?
No. I'm busy.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
you don't have classes next semester Fridays.
No, I don't have any classes today.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So then why were you so busy today?
I was playing video games.
Oh,
That's not
okay.
busy.
Well, there you
That's
go.
anti-busy.
Now we've answered it.
Well, how didn't you eat? You wouldn't just like be playing video games.
Yeah,
all
wait
day?
a minute.
Well, I had a muffin. Like a banana muffin.
But you live like 0.1 miles away from West Village.
Less than that, probably.
0.
Pausing here. You can kind of tell. I don't know. Like Tanner's tired. It's like usually he's a little more animated. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he was just eyes glazed over from, I guess, all the video games he was playing that day. But yeah, something's like a little off with him. If you can't tell. Okay. You know what? But obviously, like this is a big Tanner episode, and he probably picks it up later on. It's only 6 minutes in, but it's like, yeah, something's. I don't know. Okay, back into it.
5. But you know how much effort it is
To get out of your room?
Mhm.
Or actually just to stand up in your room.
Stand up.
It's a hell of a lot of effort.
You can't be saying that for a 6-year-old. But he knows what that is.
Well, we have two extremes of fitness over here. There's me, who doesn't really want to get up out of bed, and then there's Connor, who is just, ladies, he is so jacked, he will run really far, and
Okay,
he's
see,
very
Jack-
muscular.
And running
Running
really far.
Very different things. Do not go.
Tanner
hand
just
in
wanted
hand.
to put all the compliments in one
Let's
sentence.
keep-
I'm trying. I know you deleted your Tinder or whatever.
No, I didn't
But
do
that's
my Tinder. I stopped using it.
I'm pausing here. yeah, I'm agreeing with my past up. Like usually you don't hear like O'Connor's. He's in such great shape. He's gonna run really far, and it's like it's. Sorry, I'm just so you guys know I'm like I'm struggling with some allergies here. It is peak allergy season. The trees are blooming, if you will. So like literally when I open my weather app on my phone, it says, "Hey, be careful if you have allergies." Like pollen. Let me read it exactly. Yesterday it was like, pollen is crazy today, so be warned. Let me check what was these. We're really off track here. So the weather report says, this just says, cool, clear afternoon, but pollen levels are high. So yeah, it is rough for me. Okay, but we'll keep going. The whole episode's like 46 minutes. I'm trying to figure out like how to, splice that up. We'll probably go for another 10 or so minutes, and then we'll wrap up. But, yeah.
Oh, everyone, women,
Shout out to
people,
Tinder, our
things.
first sponsor of the day.
Connor is available.
Connor is available.
He's available at the phone number 911.
911. And if you call them now,
He's also available on anchor.fm/the-experience podcast.
No,
there's no.
this is not podcast. It's just the experience.
It's the experience. But you
Tanner,
can
how
also find
many
him.
have you done that you can't get?
You can also find him on Spotify,
Yep.
The Experience Podcast, Google Play, iTunes,
Yep.
and if you ever want to listen, you can even listen to him on Podbean.com.
And
I'm not gonna remember the other one.
Castbox and YouTube. I almost got
Castbox.
it.
How do you not
How do you-
remember
We've had a
Castbox?
few listeners on Castbox.
Shout out to our Castbox listeners.
Castbox. That's our prime audience. Is Castbox.
We actually have people listening on Castbox?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Castbox listeners.
Yeah. If you're a Castbox listener, call me at 911 and you'll get a free ride to
The police
the
station.
police station. On me.
That's actually not a bad deal.
What? I mean, you pay for it.
It's not a good deal.
You don't have to pay for a ride to a police station.
Yes, you do.
They start the meter when you get in.
Yeah. Just put the clock on.
Really?
Yeah, you have to pay for like an ambulance too.
Is it like a flat rate?
No, it's like a fine.
Really? What are they gonna do if you don't pay it?
Put you in jail. They'll just
keep
keep you
you
there.
there.
They'll just keep you there. Keep you there
And-
longer.
And
And then you're stuck.
but what if you were homeless? Now you have a home. So if you're homeless, lesson learned: call 911 and refuse to pay. They will give you a home where they will feed you, as well.
But it's not that homey.
Or you're chilling there with your homies. You make friends.
Do you
In
make
jail.
Hot take. Do you make friends in jail?
I think people do. You're
The
in there
Tanner
for
seen
a while.
Orange is the New Black, so he's very knowledgeable.
I have not, but
Oh,
I
okay.
assume that there's some people who are, at least capable of making friends in jail.
Are people in jail cool?
Or is there
It's-
like a cool
Let me
section?
clarify.
Yeah.
Let me clarify.
Is there a
I mean,
cool kids table?
there's probably a cool kids table, or like there's like the cool kids and there's like the prison bitch. Right?
Okay, interesting.
There's like a
I
hierarchy.
wouldn't say it like that.
Well,
based on
Pausing here. If you've ever been to prison, let us know. Let the podcast know. What are the social dynamics? You see it in like TV shows and movies and stuff, but like, how is it really? How are the social dynamics? We want to know all about what's going on, all the sociology stuff going on in a prison. Are there cool kids tables? I forgot that we talked about. I don't remember much about this episode, so that's partly why we're going back to it. We're going back to some of these earlier ones where we kind of just went on rants and whatever. But I didn't realize we were going to go into the details of the. Sorry, I'm not sure how much my mic's picking up, but there's a lot of loud cars driving by me. That was just like a bus or a garbage truck. I'm not even sure what it was. So apologies if it comes up on mic, but okay, we'll back into it.
based on what I've seen in
That sounds bad.
popular culture. It's just what I've seen. You always have the prison bitch.
Which is what?
Usually the new guy who has to rise through the ranks by, overtaking the current prison leader. Kind of guy. It's just usually what
The
happens.
prison leader.
I don't know.
So like the prison guard. Yes.
You don't think they're
like
elected? Do you think they're elected officials?
Yeah. Is there?
It's
It's
more
like a
like
mock government.
election- it's more
Is
like-
there a mock government? in
It's
jail?
more like they're elected by.
They have a prison governor association,
Uh-huh.
PGA.
No, like if you get to the top in like a prison hierarchy, you're probably there because people fear you,
Is it by blood?
or because you can smuggle stuff in. Just I don't know. That's
Do you have
just
experience in any of this? It
no.
sounds
That's
like you
just
have
what
a
I know from like pop culture.
Experience? Oh.
No, I've never been to jail.
Why not?
Why?
You gotten close.
I have not gotten close. Let me tell you a story that was really close.
All right.
This
Oh,
was
boy.
Let's not tell a story.
probably
It's
I
too
was-
late. He's already
I was
rolling into it.
12 years old. This was at my friend's. I think it was in 7th grade. So yeah, like 12 years old. His 12-year birthday party, right? And what we did this insane prank, right? You know that where two people stand on the opposite side of the street and they pretend to pull the invisible rope.
No? What?
You haven't seen that?
What?
You've never seen that? Like
Have
as
you not
cars
seen that,
pass, you pretend to pull
Yeah,
like an
you know, like
invisible
one on
rope,
each side of the
and
road.
cars will usually
Yeah.
stop because they're like
I think it's
they,
a rope.
they think it's a
And you're
rope
like
there,
people on each side of the road and they pull, but there's no rope there.
but there's no rope there. So we did that at the front of this guy's neighborhood for a
Okay.
while, and I think eventually one of the neighbors, once they drove away, once they realized it was fake, called the cops. So the next car we do it is actually the police, and they like pull you. Oh, I was one of the rope pullers, and like, hey, can you get all your friends over here for a second? I'm like, I remember one kid ran, but he basically is like,
It's a crime scene. It's an active
don't,
crime
Yeah.
yeah, he's like, stop doing that. You're gonna get in trouble.
But you were in trouble.
scene.
because
Yes, that is the trouble.
Yeah, but
How much
they're
more
not going to
trouble is
arrest
that?
12-year-old kids for pulling an invisible rope. But the point is, some neighbor got really pissed because we were pulling an invisible rope and called the cops on us. Not really something to call the cops on, but whatever.
Well, what was the lesson you learned from this?
Don't piss off crotchety old neighbors.
Okay, all right. Well,
There you go.
I've learned my lesson very well. And that was the only time I've dealt with the police.
The only time?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Well, my dad's also a police officer.
Pausing here. So this was in 2019. So Tanner's had 6 more years to have interactions with the police. He's a good kid. He's not probably, but you never know. You never know if you know what. Next time he's on, we'll ask him. I need to text him right now because we gotta schedule the next episode. It'll probably be Tanner. Just spoilers. I gotta see what he's doing. But yeah, okay, back into it. We'll do like a few more minutes and then we'll probably wrap up this first episode around there.
So I deal with him, but I excluded that.
Have you ever dealt with the police?
No.
Really?
Really? Yeah, Daniel's pretty straight-laced.
Straight laced.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you in the audience, I'd say
I mean, the laces are not that straight. They're
Well,
a little crooked.
he tries to keep it straight.
I do try to keep them pretty symmetrical.
And I think he tries to avoid complications with the law.
I mean, I think anyone should.
He's a law-abiding citizen, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the most part.
Well, you don't know what I do.
I do.
Do you?
Yes.
Maybe.
Well, I do. I mean, what do you do?
What do you do?
Well, that's left behind closed doors.
Well, we're in a big room right now. There aren't any
Not
doors.
that big of a room.
It's a small room, but there's only...
Let's talk about the new studio you're making.
You made
Oh.
a studio.
So I think we talked about this in Andrew's episode.
We did, but Connor wasn't there.
I'm curious about this. What's
Okay,
the
okay.
studio?
I told you about it, actually.
You might have, but I forgot.
I did move in the furniture into my room and then put in some soundproofing on my walls. And
Oh, you did tell me that.
So basically, we're gonna do a studio in my room.
Yes.
I don't really care what room it is.
You know, because if we don't want to give Tanner too much power here.
Well, so it's gonna be 2 beds in 1 room.
Yes.
So who's
bunk
the-
beds?
Or
Bunk beds?
you want to share a room, Tanner?
Yes. Let's do it.
Really, you really
And then
want
we
to share a room?
And then we make the 3rd room, the 4th room, the guest room. What do you think?
No, because so you have 4 roommates, right?
Yeah, 3 roommates.
And so there's 1
Plus me.
room that's the
Yep.
studio. There's 2 room. There's another room that has 2 people in it.
Uh-huh.
Now you want a guest room, and now there's another room with 2 people in it.
So you have two of the rooms have 2 people each, and you have a guest room and a studio.
Yes. What do you think? I think that'd be pretty high.
I can't think of something that would work not as well. Or like,
I feel like
That's
What if
like
we
one
had
of the
4
worst
people
things.
in 1 room? 2 bunk beds. That's just the sleeping room.
Okay.
And then 3 guest bedrooms.
But you also have 4 bedrooms from each of those, so you have a total of 16 people in your room.
Wait. Hold on. We'd have to move like a lot of people.
Yeah. So that way you can run yourself a business.
Yes. Hold on. We can run a hostel. We can make money
How
but
is
Tanner, you
that?
get to share a room.
with 3 other people. How? That's exciting.
What about all your overnight guests?
Oh,
Like Connor.
Yeah.
The,
Where am I gonna
the
stay?
ladies of the night. They can stay.
Oh, that's
they
who you get with the ladies of the
No,
night.
I'm a lady of the night.
They can rent out a guest room for quadruple the price.
So
Because-
you're treating women unequally.
No, I'm treating people that want their own separate room
Oh,
equally.
okay.
They have to pay because
So the
there's
ladies
4
that you
slots.
bring over for yourself, you're making, you're having, you're
Yes, you're-
making
your
them
personal
pay
pleasure.
to stay over in a different room.
No. Think about this.
Okay.
So if we have 4 bedrooms in 4 rooms, that's 16 possible slots. Okay.
Yes.
And if you want a room to yourself, you're taking up 4 beds. So you still have to pay for those 4 beds. Therefore, quadruple the rate of 1 bed.
So we're pausing here as Tanner gets into the math. I think we're gonna wrap up the first episode. I know it's kind of a terrible spot, but we gotta we gotta get to the next part. We gotta get to part 2 after this. So we'll pick right back. I did not say words there. We will pick right back up. That's a bit of a tough sentence though. Right here at 15:44, 15 minutes 44 seconds into the Hotel Tanner episode. Thank you all for listening, and please be back for next week's episode. We're going to get into, again, part 2 of episode 42, Hotel Tanner, is next week. So thank you for listening. Bye.